That has happened since I was on here last. This camera's kind of suckish, but I um, I was in Tennessee for 8 years or so, and during that time I got my MBA. After, just before I got my MBA, my wife left. She told everybody she was pregnant. It was triplets, and then lost one. She would have me go take her to the ER about 1, 2 in the morning. I have an article about it on Vogel, that medium. After 6 weeks before my graduation from a master's degree, my wife ended up taking my one one of the twins and left. It was about 18 months after she was telling everybody she was pregnant, and which wasn't true. Like, it wasn't her mind. It was a delusion. But it is what it is. And then she took the twins, and left me with the other. They were 17 at the time. They're 20 now. I had to take. I had to put my one daughter that I still had. We tried. We struggled for a couple of months. We didn't have enough money to coming in that we could keep it going. So I ended up took my daughter down to Kingswood, a group home, and that was the best thing for her at the time because I didn't have no income to. The, the water was being turned off, the power was being turned off. Eventually, we got evicted, so it was best that she was able to have a future. She's in college now. She's doing well. She even has a boyfriend. Uh, so, but anyway, I I did what I had to, different jobs. Well, not really. The jobs were I didn't have much I could do, but I did some clinical trials. I made some good money on that. I made some decent money um, being a guinea pig, and I did that for I think like five times so far, and I'm scheduled for a screening at the end of this month, on 28th, just after Christmas, in Cincinnati. That one's almost well, over $19,000 for one study. This is almost the amount of money that I made for the whole five previous studies that I've done. Anyway, I'm back in Ohio now. Um, and I just thought I'd update everybody on what's been going on. Uh, I was watching this video on my channel called "Who's the Monster." It has two it has two clips together. One of me playing with my son, Desperado, who I haven't seen for over a decade now, and another video of him with my aunt, in which he was saying that he will miss us. And later, she sent a letter to the judge saying that we think that the kids think of us as me and my wife as monsters. Well, there's also a video on this channel of me and my wife Tracy. Um, in it, I was in a monster mask on, and I was monsters. The video is called "Monsters Kiss," and I was kissing my wife and just having fun with it. There was another one with, I think at one point too, that had some kind of monster mask thing, but that was the one was called Monsters Kiss. And I think that was what you were associating with us monsters. Daddy's a monster, and then and it was just silly stuff we were doing for YouTube. Uh, we used to do different things like that, but unfortunately, my wife is. I haven't heard from her for a couple of years, um, or from the one of the twins, um, which she has with her, I guess. Um, I am. I was gonna see if I could get. See, the thing is about her taking that twin is, see, she was those delusions she was having. She would ask this girl about who's mentally like 7 years old. It's like she would ask her, "Is this what the angels are saying?" She just wanted to find her mother. She just, she just thinks that's normal, you know. And so she says yes, and so she confirms her delusions through her her daughter, and it's actually kind of abusive. Of I mean, even though they both are mentally ill, they're mentally challenged. Um, it is abusive, to the younger girl to have her mother um, use her like that. And I was gonna have to tell you this. There was a one time years ago. This was while she was going through this pregnancy delusion. Um, we were at this store in Rogersville, Tennessee. Well, we had been at there was an eye doctor across the street, and then there was like a discount store, a church-owned store or something like that across the street from it. And we went in there. I had I had thought I had a certain amount of money in the bank, which turns out was not true because I had some kind of like insurance or something come through that morning, and my bank account was less than I had thought it was. Now we have apps and stuff like that, but whatever, like um, but so it was less than we thought it was in the bank account, and she was so we were getting a bunch of blankets and stuff, and we get up to check out, and here she is. She's talking to this woman, and this woman had twins, and so we were in line talking, in line waiting on the checkout there, and we she kept talking to this woman, which I didn't really think anything of it. Done we had talked to parents of twins and triplets and whatnot before, and we wanted twins for twin stays, so it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. But then she was talking about having twins or triplets or whatever, which I knew was not true, but I just let her talk. So what was I supposed to do anyway? And so I'm sitting there, or sitting there just listening to the conversation, and we get up to check out. We had everything rung up. It was like $30 worth of stuff, which was in what I thought was in the bank account. Um, and I had a couple dollars in cash in my pocket too. And they said cards declined. It's like, okay, and okay, well, just put stuff back. I'll just get a couple items. But while she was there in line talking to this woman, she was telling this woman that she um, her name was triplets or twins, whatever it was, and that we needed all these blankets because our house is cold. Like, okay, I mean, yeah, it was somewhat cold, but it wasn't like you couldn't put heat on and stuff. You know. So and there was no twins, no triplets, nothing. So that was I felt kind of like that was kind of a later. What I figured I just go buy a couple items. Like we didn't need to have a whole bunch of stuff. You know. But anyway, when we get when we're told that the card declined, we I was just like, put stuff back. I'll get a couple items and well, just leave. But then there's other woman who had been overhearing this whole conversation. She came into she saw the uh, it heard that these babies were going to be in this cold house and didn't have enough money to pay for the $30 worth of blankets. So she told them not to put stuff back and to put and and just hold on. And she goes out and she gets her money and pays for our blankets, which I felt mortified at that point. I'm like, it's kind of a scam. I mean, like, wouldn't it's not like we needed these items that badly, and there was no babies, no nothing. There was. I mean, yeah, we needed blankets sometimes. We had two girls in the house, but there was no babies. Um, two teenagers. Um, but yeah, it was just there are people who do stuff like that, say they're pregnant and try to scam people out of stuff. And she did buy a bunch of baby stuff, which wasn't needed, but it was heartbreaking to watch the whole thing. But I also felt kind of like it was scamming these kind folks that were just trying to help. Because it wasn't, if you tell a false story like that, like you have cancer or something like that, which I do have a friend that actually does have cancer. But if you're telling folks that you have cancer and you don't have cancer, that is a serious thing, to raise money for something that you don't that's not true. But yeah, hey Kid Blood, how you been? um, I've been telling my story for last. Oh, by the way, I have a new Facebook account. You're not on it right now, I don't think. 'Cause my old one was um, censored by Facebook. Check out Kid Blood One on YouTube. That's that's a friend of mine from the old days of YouTube. Anyway, so I I'm happy that my daughter is able to get into college. I was able to get into college. She's got 3 scholarships. We even met uh, Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane from WE. Um, he was in the Yeah. I know there's nobody in here right now except for you. Um, I was just telling this. My daughter, she was in getting this one scholarship from Masonic Lodge in Tennessee. This one town, small town of Tennessee, not too far from Knoxville, and there was this guy, um, this tall guy walks in, and I was like, "Who is that? Is that a basketball player or something?" Anyway, so I'm sitting there just with my daughter, and my and he walks over and he sits down across from us, and then they introduced him, and I'm like, that's Glenn Jacobs from WWE, known as Kane. He was a tall guy. He's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. County mayor, not it's not a city mayor, county mayor. Which, up here in Ohio, we don't have county mayors, but Tennessee they do. Which is kind of interesting. But yeah, he's the mayor down there, and a wrestler. um, so yeah, it was an interesting experience, and I got to speak to him a little bit, just a few minutes there. Uh, he Another friend of mine on my old account, on my old Facebook account. By the way, add me on the new Facebook. Well, maybe I'll have to do it on my site, Brian. Because that's the guy I have it sets only friends, uh, friend of friends can add me. So anyway, um, but one of my friends had on my old account had been friends with um, Glenn Jacobs. So it was, and she talked about him a lot, and we, so I knew who he was because of her, and I, so you having connection issues, or because it keeps going in and out, showing nobody here right now. Anyway, so yeah, she got into college, and and I now I got a piece of property up here in Ohio, and I bought this little lot. It has nothing on it except for a camper. I bought a camper and I put it on there, and and I can go down there sometime and get a little getaway, I guess. Um, but I right now I'm living with my brother, but I'm gonna be moving into my sister's house for for a while, and this new study that I'm hopefully I get into it. It's they're a little harder to get into than some of the others that I've been to, but I hopefully I can get into it. It's like $19,000, and I want to. Well, first of all, I want to continue, investing, but there's I'd like to at some point get my own place or build on a piece of land, and even if it's this little shack, I don't know, I don't care. And just bug out, It can be it can be a little bit of nothing. Oh, speaking of, there was a there was a I got some money from the government too, from my college days. My Federal Trade Commission sent me a check for $22,700.06. Which I didn't know how they came up with that number, but that's how much they sent me. Um, anyway, it was a nice big check, and I was like, "What's this for?" And it had a whole thing about the college and how they had their had they got some kind of lead generation pages that they had out there that they were using some kind of deceptive practices and stuff like that. Like one of the lead generators had army.com at the time, and were using it as a lead generation for recruiting people for colleges and stuff. And so the colleges and the lead generators all got sued by the Federal Trade Commission for deceptive uh, practices. And so they I got that check from that, but which I figured, it was out of a 22,000. I mean, $22,000 out of $101,000 worth of student loan debt. Yeah, it a fifth of a little bit over a fifth of the money that I owe supposedly on the student loans. But it also means that, like, and I filed for this for to try to get student loans forgiven because when the government sues a college, that can be used against against the student loan uh, uh, deal. It can be you can put that on there as they did something that that the government itself thought wasn't um, kosher or whatever you want to call it, and so you can try and get that loan agreement dismissed using that history. So I'm hoping that that will happen. But yeah. Anyway, if you guys want to add me on Facebook or want to look me up on Facebook, I'm on there. You can just message me and then go from there. And I can add you once I verify who I'm talking to and stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an update of everything what's been going on.